So, all right. So let's real quick, because I know what we talk here is a lot of leadership strategies, but also strategies business leaders can be thinking about as far as in their business. And cybersecurity actually is something to make sure that you are paying attention to whenever you've got a business. And I have been a part and seen, other companies that I've worked with and alongside and helped that have actually come through this same sort of thing. That they thought that they were, oh, no one's going to bother me, no one's going to touch me on this, and then lo and behold, they wake up one day and find that their systems have been hacked, everything's offline, and they've got a bill for $3 million to pay to get their stuff back, and they're like, what do we do? So what would your advice be for those that first is like worst case scenario, you get hacked, something like that happens. What happens there? I know the very first thing for a lot of small businesses is they're thinking, crap, I'm out of business. I'm done. I can't afford to pay this. I'm not gonna pay it. So I just gotta close up shop or start totally over. What's your advice? What do they do?
Absolutely. I would suggest if you have not started your organization, this needs to be an absolute part of your business plan. I do a lot of tech portfolio advisement, and this is always something that I suggest from the very beginning. If you've already started and you don't really have it, there's a few different things that you can do. Obviously, again, kind of going back to those MSPs, interview them on their security practices and research what questions to ask on the front end. I always say if you can't afford a cybersecurity company, which you'd be surprised, they're pretty, if you get a good one, they'll work with you on payments and things of this nature. And a lot of times the MSPs are so inundated, they're not able to keep up always. But I would say, look at who your vendors are. Ask them a very particular list of questions. If you don't know the questions, I'm always here to help people. I love to help people. And if you don't know what you don't know. But the other thing that I would suggest is this. Do not ever think it can't happen to you. All it takes is one executive to open a phishing email and everything is compromised. We just heard about a hospital closing down from things like this. A hospital system closed down because of hackers. Just as much as the mom and pop shop on the corner. So it's a huge deal. And I think that, depending on the size, and this is something that we work with as far as solutions go, it's actually a fire drill methodology that I had come up with. If you're already an established company, you're a small to medium size, run a fire drill. And I say this because of insurance purposes. So basically what you would do, and there's a lot of different angles that you could do this, is it's kind of same as like a tornado drill or a fire drill in school when you're a kid, right? You prepare for what could happen. Okay, we got hacked. We've got a ransom attack going on. Who's the first person that's notified? Who do they notify? What is the chain of command? What operations are already in place? Does the insurance company get a call? Do the police get a call? There has to be some type of operations in place for when this stuff happens, not if, when this stuff happens. If the grid goes down, what are your plans? Do you have a plan A, B, C? These are all things that need to be talked about. And a lot of times, unfortunately, whether it's internet or cybersecurity, if you can't see it, you don't worry about it, right? Out of sight, out of mind. That's the biggest mistake. And a lot of executives don't really focus on it. And especially a lot of people, let's be honest, they don't like IT. They don't like computers. They don't like technology. Heck, half the time I want to throw my phone across the room. I totally get it. But it has to be put in place because you're not just protecting you, you're protecting your employees. And the other thing I think too is the training. You have to, before I go there, let me back up. When you put your standards in place with regards to those fire drills, which I believe they need to be quarterly, if not every 6 months, document everything. Document what your procedures are, document what happened the first time you ran a fire drill. And what I mean by that is do not tell anyone, but maybe one executive, and I would not say the CEO. I would say maybe an IT manager knows what's about to happen. Don't tell any of the other staff, run a fire drill. See how people act. Document everything. Work with an outside solutions provider on this, by the way, because if you do it yourself, it's probably not going to go as well planned or solidified as you would think. But document everything. And that way, when it happens, when any of these issues happen, your network gets hacked, a phishing scam, a ransomware, you've got documentation to take back to the insurance companies. Because if you don't have it documented and it happens, insurance companies, just like, okay, well, when you were in that car accident, did you have car insurance? Oh, well, no, I was a few days late on my payment. Oh, so you were not insured? Sorry, we can't fix your car. Same principle here. Same with health insurance. It's the same understanding of that. So then lastly, before I go off on a further tangent, would be the training. Train your employees. And what I can suggest with this is they fall asleep during training. This is boring stuff where they sit there and just click, click, click through every slide. They don't want to do it. Engage them. There are so many resources and vendors out there that do training, as in like gaming training, movie type training, things that would actually entertain them and engage them at the same time. Or bring a provider on site so it's face to face and get that type of training, because it's going to go along so much better for these types of situations. And ultimately, that's going to save your bottom line. It's going to highlight you as a leader and a business professional. And also, it's going to teach you some stuff. So that's what